Okay, let's start by paying homage to the Buddha. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So last time, so we finished the six object, and then six kinds of minds, how they arise, and then how they are, burning. So by raga, dosa, moha, and so on. So now, after that, the Buddha continued explained. So, evam basan bhikkhave sudawa ariya savako. So, jakku samaimbi nibbindati, rubi subi nibbindati. So, sakku vinyena bi, vinyane bi nibbindati. So, jakku sampasi bi nibbindati. Yami dan jakku sampasa pijya. Obijati Vedayi dan Sukhanwa Dokhanwa Adoka Masukhanwa. That's the main bit Nebindati. Okay, so after that Soda and the Ghana and also Jewa and the so Gaya and the Potava and the Mana and so on. So that is why in this paragraph, the main one is here. So from A1 to the so here, that's the main neighboring that so in this way can be divided. So in previous paragraph, the arising, consciousness, how consciousness arises, for example, seeing consciousness. So joining so based on the content of the eye sensitivity and visible form, eye consciousness arises. Okay, and also based on that content, so Vedana arises, and also in this way, and all of them, so mind or so eye sensitivity also burning by raga, dosa, moha, and so on. So Wi-Fi is poor in connection with this one. So and then, eye sensitivity, visible form, seeing consciousness, and the contact pasa and the vedana, these pipes are, arising. So also burning by raga, dosa, moha, and so on. So that is why, when we practice the insight meditation, so when we see the object visible form, at that time, we should stop. So just at the moment of seeing, maybe just seeing, but so we should not, analyze, or we should not take the form of or the sign of that. So it is good, it is bad, it is beautiful, it is ugly, it is red, blue, white, and so on. We don't need to analyze. Maybe just seeing. So that is also the act of, insight meditation. So at that time, because of, just knowing the visible form, also based on the momently, arising, existing, and falling, and also eye sensitivity also arising, existing, and falling, and especially unconsciousness also arising, existing, and falling. So obada titi banga. So just focusing on the, that at that moment. So at that time, we can avoid the burning by the raga, dosa, moha, and so on. So that is in the moment of, so to avoid from the, burning. So with the, practice of insight meditation in this way. And then, so after that, when we understand it, so in this way, so everything, mind and matters are vanished. So completely, so previous paragraph is explaining about mind and matter. So mind and matter, so we regard this is good, this is mine, this is yours, this is my own, and so on. So that is why abandoned by the raga, dosa, moha, and so on. So, and then, so firstly, we need to understand, banning. So that one is a kind of the, dukkha also, dukkha or suffering in this way. So that is why, and next paragraph, the Buddha explained, Evam basam bhikkhave sutta wa ariya savako. So jakku samembi nebendati. So here one line. And rubi subi nebendati. Okay, now I. So Evam sambasa. Evam means that, but basam is present participle. So basam or basando, present participle. So derived from the grammatically root G's that replaced with the bus. So sign R in the present participle, and. So basando. So at that time, if or when, why, or in this way. When he sees in this way, when he understands in this way. So, and then Sutta wa Ariya Savako. That one also, actually we have already analyzed, but again. So actually, root su and the, dawant. So that the one is so past participle, past perfect active participle. So Sutta want. But with the in the nominated case, singular, so it can be Sutta wa like the Danawa. Okay, Sutta wa. So that means who has learned or maybe instructed. Who has learned or who has instructed in this way. Rusu means to hear or to learn. And the areas, however, is okay. And the So Jaku Samain be Nebendati. So Jaku Samain and the Api. So and then Nebendati. So near root is weed. The sign is R. So for that, so Negida is inside. That Negida become the na. So after that the D. So here Ra Wa become the Wa, and then again become Ba. So that is finally, Nebendati. So that one also we already learned under the another Latna Sutta also. Nebendati. Maybe in the scholar translation. Experience revulsiveness. Revulsion. So revulsions and the toward. So here located, that neighbor entity is goes together with the located case. So Jakusa may be neighbor entity located, and Rubi Subi neighbor entity, and the Jaku Winyani be neighbor entity, and Jakusa Pasi be neighbor entity, and then that's the main be neighbor entity. So in this way, that neighbor entity so goes together with the located case. That is syntax. So that neighbor entity, here you see, get, we are of, and with the located case, get, we are of, or to have enough of, or to be satiated or turned away from, or maybe to be disgusted with. So in this way, neighbor entity. So, okay, and then, so A1 Basan, so Bakeaway Sudawa Ariya Sawako. Now, so seeing that the Ariya Sawako, the noble disciple, who has instructed. Experience, so revulsion, so towards, so actually I, or I sensitivity there. So I visible for.
Excuse me, Bundy. This word, this tutawa, is active participle. So if we use the word instructed, that will be a bit of a problem. He has learned or he has heard is okay.
Has instructed.
Who, in that case, it should be who has been instructed.
Who has
Since this is active participle, it's a bit of a problem. Who
mm,
has learned or who has heard is okay.
yeah, but so actually so grammatically right. But in the scholar translation they maybe that one also actually referring to the noble disciple. So that is maybe referring to the trained so say so asika or maybe niwas asika or something like that. Okay, so so Sutta 1. One who is learned in religious knowledge. So commonly in this way they translate. Actually, yeah, so grammatically active perfect participle. That they translate. Wow. Okay. So one who has learned or maybe one who has practiced. So experienced. So reversion toward I or something. So the rest are the same. So Rube Subi Nebindedi, Jaku Wanya Nebi Nebindedi, and then so Jaku Sampasebi Nebindedi, Yami Dan. So Jaku Sampasa Bitia, Obijedi, Widi Dan, Sukanwa, Dokanwa, Adukama Dukanwa. That's a maybe Nebindedi. Only, so just the grammatically in the previous line. Only our data. So here our data. So kayo our data, but here kaye nebindati. So in this way, just change it. Sentence structure is very simple. So rube subi nebindati, and then so that's maybe nebindati. Sati subi nebindati, and the so Ghana maybe nebindati. Ghana subi nebindati. And the Jinwaya be nebindati. Rasi subi nebindati. And the Kayasa may be nebindati, Putabesu be nebindati. And also Manasa may be nebindati, Dambesu be nebindati, Manowanya nebi nebindati, and the Mano Sampasa be nebindati, Yamida, and Sugandokan, then be nebindati. So that's a maybe nebindati. After that, different one is here. You see? So nebindan. So Virajati, Viraga, Vimojati. So Vimoda Same, Vimoda Midi, Nyana Hodi, and the Kina Jadi. So Wusitam, Brahmachariyan, Katan Karaniyan, Nabara Itatayati. So that one also under the another Lakana Soda also we have land. So Nebindan. So that one also present participle. So ES Banim minus Banim as seen thus. So the instructed novel disciple here also in this. Okay, leave it that one. And then so experiencing repulsion. So he becomes dispassionate. So now so Nebinda in this sentence. So Nebinda also a present participle of the that Nebinda D. So Nebeinda and the present participle surface in this way. So Nebeindant, maybe so experience. So Nebeindant, so experiencing a repulsive towards or so towards that the kinds of objects and kinds of minds and kinds of pasa, kinds of vedana and so on. So at that time, so we reject it. So we reject it is so derived from the we prefix. So root is actually rush or range. But yeah, surface and the okay. So the meaning of that. So free from the attachment, detached. The rigidity means attached. So detached, but here scholar translated dispassion. Experience in the he become dispassionate. So in this way. So we reject D. So dispassionate, become dispassionate. And also viraga vimochati. So here viraga also actually viraga. Viraga. So viraga and obligate singular sign are for the reason. So literally because of dispassion. Because of dispassion. So Vimojadi, he released. Or he become free. So through dispassion, so his mind is liberated. Here, subject. So his mind, the meditator mind, his mind is released or liberated. So Mojeti is liberated. And also after that, so Vimoda Same, Vimoda Midi Jnana Hoti. So in this sentence also, actually Vimoda Same. So that is located absolute construction. So subject should be, in the like the previous line. So that's a main, maybe Manasi, his mind. So Vimoda Same in this way. That means so when his mind is liberated. So in this way. So Vimoda also actually past participle of the that. So Muj and the da. So Jada become the da, da. So we mode da, but with the locative case. So we mode da samay, say in this way. And then so we mode da midi jnana hoti. So jnana hoti, knowledge comes to him. So knowledge comes to him. So we mode down. So comes to him, or maybe he himself understood. He himself understands. So my mind is liberated. So in this way. So this sentence, Vimodda Samay, Vimodandi Jnana Hoti, that one also completely actually should be so maybe sorry. So no, that's Samay, that's Manasi. So and here also, so that's maybe instead of saying Manasi, maybe JD is better to understand. But here subjects JD. So we move then after that. So ED Jnana Hoti in this way. So can be understood. Jnana Hoti. So the knowledge, Jnana. So comes to him as so his mind is liberated. So in this it can be understood. So he himself understood. Oh, my mind is liberated from the maybe those fires, raga, dosa, moha, or defilement, and so on. And then after that, so kina jati, so birth is destroyed, or birth is disrupted. So that one also already a rebirth. So disrupted or destroyed. And then Wusidam Brahmacharya. So the holy practice or holy life, Brahmacharya. So Wusidam so has been lived. So in this way. And then Kadangaraniya. So Kina Jati, actually Jadi Kina. So Kadangaraniya. So what is to be done? Karaniya. What is to be done? And then Katan has been done. So what is to be done? So has been done. So in this sentence, okay, so Kina Jati, this is Kina Jati, but so Wusita. So root is was and the past participle da. So before the da, R is inserted, but so R is changed to the oof. So influenced by the labial sound what? So that is what who see that we had. And then so in the Karanian also so Rukar, and then so future passive participle near suffix. So Karaniya, but here influenced by Ra sound, so Dantena change to the so retroflex now. So in this way. So Karaniya. The meaning of the Aniya suffix is so has to be or is to be or should be future passive participle. So they are adjective, it is adjective. So what is to be done? So in this way. And then so Nabara Itataya Pajanati. So that one also should be divided. So Na Abara. So Itataya. And then after that, so Iti Pajanati. So Nabaran, Na Abaran. So Nati Abaran. So there is nothing. So there is no other, Abrami other. So other, etataya. So for this life or for this word, maybe for this life is also for this life to do. So actually, so to be done. So that means everything completed has been done. So that is in the previous line. So what is to be done has been done in this way. And then Idi Bajanadi. So he understand. So that's in this way.
Sayadaw.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding the Aparang Itataya, so like I think the Bhikkhu Bodhi's way of translating is like there is no further for this state of existence. So it's like there is no further life, there is no further rebirth. How about that kind of interpretation, Sayadaw?
Yeah, that one also okay. That one is maybe related with the whole one. So according to the Myanmar Nesia, so now just I follow into the Myanmar Nesia. So I will show you
Okay.
just for your knowledge.
Okay.
Maybe in the commentary also in this way I did. Maybe under the another Lakana Soda, maybe under the this Soda also. Oh, so in this Soda, no explain, but in the another Lakana Soda, that was already explained. So, okay, another Lakana Soda. SN2259. Yankin Rupa, Yankin Minyata, Ida Dawaja. Oh, it must mean so the another Lakana Mewa, so Katita Verida. In the end of this suit, Nubada, oh yeah, Granat Wunanyana, what did. So maybe the Majaka Bawadana Sota, maybe under the here also over so one part Yado Jakon maybe to deeply with Ima Benjawakia Beku Papuado. Nyamin Sabana Puchaya, no done some Bisambo Dodi. That's an Uda by the Akopanga Modi, Pachadi. So Nati Dani Puna Bawodi. Not here. Maybe where I found a Wimoda. So we got Maryland. I checked that one. Oh, okay, so I will find that one. So Nabara Itataya. So here in the Winia commentary under the Adidas. So Nabara Eta Tayadi, so Idaman Eta Pawaya for this life. So A1, so Solasa, so Keja Pawaya, Kilisa Kaya, or Mega, so Bhawana Kejami Nati. So there is nothing to do. So related to the 16 function of the Mega, and also to describe the Kilesa. So that means briefly we can, and also there is nothing to develop the Apo lower part. Everything finished. So in this way. In the Mahawaka, Unya Mahawaka.
Okay, very clear, Sayadaw.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Sayadaw.
So, okay, then I pass this. So, Ima Samain Jabana Uyakarana Samain Binya Mani. So related to this phrase, so Uyakarana Samain, one time I suggest maybe Uyakarana may explanation or something like that I told you. But that is I suppose one proposal, maybe not just that, the Buddha also explained detail or something like that. But so in the commentary, so Vyakarana is a kind of the discourse without any poem, just pure prose type is called the Vyakarana. Even though it is discourse, but no the stanza there, not mixed with the stanza. That one is a kind of the discourse, but has another name, Vyakarana also. So here imas menjabana Vyakarana same pinya mane. So dasa kina sawasa anubadaya asawehi chaitani vimojjain suti. So when this discourse is expounded by the Blessed One, so dasa bhikkhu sahasasa chaitani. So the mind of those 100,000 monks, 100,000 monks, or 1,000 monks, bhikkhu sahasa. So aswahi vimojjainsu, so released or liberated from the taints. So now ubadaya without clinging, anubadaya without clinging. So that one also we have learned already. Okay, now this so that we finish. Okay, now so you can ask question. We have 20 minutes. Last time also not finished yet your question. Actually, before you ask, so last time, the Pandit Binyaseka asked the question about the 7 times of Jawana. So actually, according to the Abhidhamma theory, so 2 types of Jawana we need to know. One is the mundane the Kama Jawana, so sensual plane Jawana, and the other one is we call the Abhana Jawana, like the Jhana and the Mega and the Pala. So those are called the Abhana Jawana. So all of the Kama Jawana or sensual, those Jawana are belong to the sensual group. So according to their natural rhythm, they all the time arise 7 times. But the other mental, like the Jhana and the Mega and Pala, so just 5 times at the very, maybe not 5, commonly 5 times, right? At the very beginning. So mixing with the Kama Jhana, like the Brikama, Upachara, Anuloma, Kudrabu, and maybe Jhana or Mega and Pala and so on. At the very beginning, just 5 times. But later, maybe 1,000 times also in the attainment of the jhana or attainment of the Palasamabhati and so on. But Kama Jhana is all the time, only 7 times. But so exception is when someone is under the water, so he can't breathe. That is he is weak at the time, only 5 times. And also when he is unconscious, also only 5 times. So, but normally 7 times in this way. So, okay, now any question? Okay, Haru.
Yes, Bante. First of all, Bante, that relating to in case of the Chuti Chitta Bante at the last moments of the current life. So Jawana there is also 7 Jawana Bante.
Not Jawana, Maranasana is only 5 times because at the time that a person also already weak. Mocha
Yeah.
or something in this way. Maranasana Kala, yeah. Just 5 times.
Yeah. Or in when we sleeping Bante, so It's also 5 times.
Maybe that one is controversial point. So while we sleeping, some scholars idea no Javana Jeta arise all the time. Bonga Jeta, they say. But when we see dream, when we have dream at the time, so Javana Jeta arise, or maybe some scholars that they also know Javana just Bonga Jeta, or they have controversial point.
Yeah, so it's not clearly defined
Mm-hmm.
that the Javana is happen, even that when it's have the dreaming there. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Bante. So back again, Bante, for the last time lesson, Bante. So for the first one, Bante, with the phrase that is Kena Aditang, with the questions that burned by what? And then the Buddha explained that from Ragagina, Dosagina, Mohagina, Aditang, until at the end of the explanation. So for the explanation, Bante, that from Ragagina until at the end of Upayasehi Aditanti. So what is the subject, Bante, in that sentence?
So actually subject is those the you know that is short answer. So here Jadiya Adaitan actually referring to the here Jaku Adaitan actually it should be understood. Jaku Adaitan Ragagina, Jaku Adaitan Dosegina, Jaku Adaitan Mohagina, and so on. So at that time Jaku is subject. And so Ruba Adita Ragagina. So at the time Ruba is subject. And then Jaku Winyana Adita Ragagina. At the time Jaku Winyana is subject.
Yeah. So the previous phrase, it's the whole ideas of the previous phrase. It means the subject for the second phrase.
Right.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Thanks, Bante. And for the second point, Bante, that is for the phrase of Vedayitang Sukhangwa Dukhangwa Adukhamasukang. So that with the Vedana of Adukhamasukang, does it refer to the Vedana Upekha, Bante?
Right. Ubekha.
Yeah. And so for the mind process that Bante have taught us, that is from the two Pawanga, and then it comes with the let me see that the two Pawanga, and then it have Awachana, then it have Jaku Vinyanang, Sampatichana, Sankarana, Santirana, Vutapang, 7 Chawana, and Tatta. And then the last one is Pawanga. So for this mind process, Bante, that when we see something or hear something, smell, taste, or touch something, it will go through with the Panchadwara Vachana. So the Vachana there, it is the Panchadwara Vachana. Is that right, Bante?
Right. Panchadwara Vachana.
Yeah. So for the Mano, it's mentioned in here, it is the Pawanga Chitta. So in this mind process, we have 3 Pawanga Chitta there. The first 2 and the last one for one mind processing. So the Pawanga there, Bante, if its function is the Manodwara.
Yes.
So how the function of Manodwara works in this mind process, Bante?
So Bhawenga Jeta is another name of the Bodhisanti Jeta. So So actually in one's life, so three things are the same. So his Bwanga Jeta or his Bodhisandi Jeta, his Bwanga Jeta and his Sudi Jetas are the same, exactly the same. But the past very Bwanga Jeta is called the Bodhisandi. The very last Bwanga Jeta is called the Juti. The remaining are Bwanga.
Yeah.
So that is why, you know, that the function of that Bwanga Jeta is just taking the object of his past karma or maybe something, not
Yeah.
taking the object of that visible form or something, not yet taken.
Yeah. So how it's function as a manodhara pante.
So actually, so if, for example, you know, when we sleep, so at that time, maybe in our mind, all of the Jeta process are just Bwanga Jeta. So if there is no visible form, or
Yeah.
even though there is visible form, we don't see it, or maybe we ignore it. So at that time, no, the seeing consciousness will not arise, and also such a mind process will not arise. So at that time, if there is no any other active object, so at the mind process is so going up, and so maybe many times or 1,000 times and so on. So that is why that Bwanga is hosting, a host. Or the other way can be say, can be called that Bwanga is just a format. So based on that format, so the other active Jeta or like the Jawana Jeta or the Sada and seeing Jeta and so on are based on that, you know, flow of that Bwanga Jeta can arise. So when the object is active, the Bwanga Jeta stop and the active Jeta or witty Jeta replace. So, but if we don't have chance to arise those active or witty Jeta, so Bwanga Jeta normally will arise. If, you know, that Bwanga Jeta will not arise, we already passed away.
Yeah.
So that is why the function of that Bwanga Jeta is maybe frame up that cognitive series or format of that cognitive series or maybe host. The other Jetas are maybe we can say, how to say, that Bwanga Jeta is resident. The other witty Jetas are maybe can be called, you know, guest.
Yeah, we got it. So in that situations that Pawanga Chitta still be working, but it's not have the specific object like when we are in consciousness. It is unconsciousness situation. For example, sleeping, something like that. Yeah. Another point, Bante, that if we for example, that we don't see, we don't touch, we don't hear, we don't smell, but we think of something, we are still in consciousness situations. So for example, that just sit down, closing eyes and do the meditations, but during that time, we may arise some thinking about something. So in that situation, Bante, Manodhara, it is the Vodhappa, it's played the role as a Manodhara at that time.
At that time, no, what happened? Mind or adverting. Manodhara Vajana. Mind or adverting.
So for Manodhara, which of the Cetasika here, Bante, it takes that function as a Manodhara? In the mind process, Bante.
In the mind process?
Yeah. If it's not going through the Panchadvara,
so maybe when we don't see, we don't hear, we don't taste, we don't smell, we don't touch. Maybe, so for example, as you said, while meditating, At that time, the object is meditation object, right?
Yeah.
So at that time, you know, so Manodwara Viti, so that Manodwara Viti is like this. Maybe so Bhavinga and the another Bhavinga. So after that, so we call the Manodwara Vijana. Manodwara Vijana, and then so like the 7-time Javana.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
So after that, maybe based on the type of object, maybe Dhararamana, but Dhararamana is not all the time. Based on the type of object.
Yeah.
So in this way. After that, maybe Bhavinga.
Yeah. So for the vinyana, sampatichana, sankirana, avotappa, it was cut. It is shortened in the mind process.
Yes, because those are based on the you know, those Benjaramana were to like the so form, sound, smell, taste, and the tangible object. Only for that. For the Dhammaramana, we don't those data will not arise.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, thanks much, Bante. And for another point, Bante, it is with the Mano Samfaso. So with Mano Samfaso, in this phrase, it's mentioned the Faso Cetasika, which is associated with the Pangwaga Chitta. So it's not the fasa associated with another chitta in the mind process. So whether the fasa there, Bante, it has different fasa with the fasa of the other chitta in the mind process, Bante.
Yes, every chitta has fasa because every chitta takes the object. That is why chitta and that object meet together or contact. That one is called the phassa. That is why, you know, based on the different types of chitta, so phassa also will be different type.
Oh yeah. Just for good Bante, please just guide us on an example, Bante, that we can understand clearly what is the difference of the fasa going to with the Pawanga chitta or another fasa going to with another chitta in this mind process, Bante.
Okay, so this Bhavinga Jeta, according to the Ori, so Bhavinga Jeta, the object of the Bhavinga Jeta is the same as the object of the Patisandhi Jeta. That is why they are the same, just name is different, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, object of that Bhavinga Jeta is maybe past karma, and the sign of that past karma, and also maybe the sign of their destination. So that is why here also will take, that is why, you know, that Bhavinga Jeta, so taking that one or that 3 object. So at that time, you know, object is different. That is why contact also maybe that, so touch of that object and that Bhavinga Jeta. But so in the moment of the avijjana, so object is visible form. So object is visible form in this way. So at that time, you know, so attachment or contact of that jeta to that, you know, visible form. In this way, you know, object is different, but phassa is the same. Only object is different will be. So the object of the jakku was seeing consciousness also visible form. Maybe object of the sambhadeshana, sandhirana, ottapana also that visible form. The object of the javana also visible form. So do the dhararamana. But again, object of the bhavanga is maybe that sign of the karma, or sign that past karma, or sign of the past karma, and sign of the destination, and so on. So just object is different.
Yeah. So if the object is different like that, Bante, that is, one is the past karma, another one it is for the current visible form when it have the touching. So if the object is different, Bante, so the fasa, it also have the difference in terms of the, how to say that is the level of touching or
here, not like that. So that is
like,
at the very beginning, last time I explained it. Those
yeah.
parts are also nothing different from the, nothing other different from the mind. That is the, how to say, behavior of that mind, or the action of the that mind, activity of the that, performance of the that mind. So that is why not so level in this way.
Okay. Yeah.
Just meeting the object. Maybe object good or bad. So nothing about that. Just action, just content.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, thanks, Bante. And we also have another point, Bante, it's related to the Vedana. So for the Vedana in this phrase, Bante, it is own Vedanas, in own chittas of this mind process. So it's also the same Vedana, or it will take the same Vedana, for example, that either Sukha or Dukkha or Upekkha Vedana. Is it the same Vedana for all of the chitta here, Bante, in this mind process, or it may have the difference, Bante?
Yeah. Actually, the same.
Oh, yeah.
So that is because maybe so Mano Sampasa associated with the Bawenga. That Bawenga also Bawenga Jalana Bawengu Pichida Mano Sampaso, and okay. Mano Dwaraban Mano Adedo Dhamma Adeda. So Mano Vinyana Adeda. And the Mano Sampaso Adeda. Yeah, actually the same. That Vinyana is the same.
Yeah.
Because that is why also they are called the universal mental states. So so they can be associated with the every type of jeta, any type of jetas.
Yeah. However, Bante, that the two Pavanga, it occur before that the visible form, for example, the visible form, it touched into the eyes. Or the visible form, it's go through the Panchadwara. So even with the Pavanga, it's also have the same Vedana. Or it's the Vedana in the Pavanga Chitta, it will be different, Bante.
So maybe the same.
Because we have not yet understood that even the visible form has not yet occurred or have not yet going to the Panchadwara Chitta.
Mano Sampasa. Okay, I will check it. Sorry. So Mano Sampasa. Yes, so Mano Vinyana. Yeah. Mano Sampasa Pitya Obijiti Vedayita Sukhanwa Dokhanwa. Mano Deep. So, okay, in the next or that one explain Manodi Ponga Jaitan Manodwarasa Atipida Damadi Damaramana Mano Winyana Mano Sampasodi Ponga Sahaja do Paso. So we the dandy. So Awachana Vidanaya said in John Ponga Sambuildaya Panaka Nevodaba Mewa and Neti. So, but when they Mura was an own nation, not Shankanzara, we don't know when so when they need to work with us and pass our date door. So, actually, you know, in that Vedana, so in that Vedana, all of the Vedana associated with the Bwanga Jeta and also the Vedana associated with the other Jeta are also included. But so actually, even though in the sub-commentary explained here, Vedita is so Avajana Vedanaya Sati Javana Vedana. So you know, at the moment, so maybe the Bwanga the Pasa associated with the Bwanga Jeta, because of that Pasa, so Vedana associated with that Bwanga Jeta, so where arise. So that means, you know, Manos and Pasa Bitya. So according to that phrase, if we understand the Pasa associated with the Bwanga Jeta, so at the time, so Vedita also maybe referring to that Vedita Jeta. Sorry, Vedana associated with that Bwanga Jeta. So that would be better because so maybe every moment, so every mind take the same object. So at that time, the other Pasa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, and the other so universal mental states are, you know, at the same time arises. But which one is first, which one is later cannot be said. So that is why, you know, here Mano Sampasa Vijaya. In this phrase, Mano Sampasa referring to the Pasa associated with the Bwanga. So at that time, so according to the word Vedana also should be understood associated with that Bwanga Jeta. But Mano Sampasa, so if we understand the Pasa associated with that, for example, you know, Avajana Jeta. So at that time, the Vedana, in the place of Vedana, the Vedita, that Vedana should be associated with that, you know, Avajana Jeta. In this way, respectively, should be understood.
Yeah. So we understand that Vedana it is arise when the phasa, and when you have the phasa, but just only the point of the object of Bhavanga Chitta and the object of from the
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah,
from
our
the
object is different.
Yeah, object is different. So if the object is different, so maybe Vedana also can have possibilities of the difference there of the Vedana. It may be not the same Vedana. It have that Cetasika of Vedana, but whether Vedana of the Bhavanga Chitta, it can be the Upekha and the rest of the Chitta. It may have the Vedana of Sukha or Dukkha. It may have the difference there, but we are not sure. We don't know whether that the understanding like that is right or not.
So actually, every Chaita associated with the Phassa as well as the Vedana. So that is why, in the Mano Sampasa, Phassa, if we understand associated with the, Bhavenga, that is why Vedana also associated with
Yeah.
In this way, respect should be understood.
Yeah. Thanks, Bante. And for one last point, Bante, it is for the phrase of Nipindati, Bante. We have the last words. It is Tasmin Pi Nipindati. So for Tasmin Pi, it means that Tasmin Api. So for this word, Bante, that which of the previous
Vedayita. So here
Vedayita.
Right. Vedayita.
Oh yeah. It's
so
referred to Vedayita.
Vedayita, Obijeti. So that's me. So Yada referring to the Vedayita, that is why that also referring to the Vedayita.
Oh yeah.
That's the Vedayita Nebindati.
Yeah. So right now we understand that. Okay. Yeah. Just as on Bante. Thank you, Bante, so much for very patience in guidance all of this one. Yeah. Thank you, Bante, very much.
Excuse me, Bante. I would like to one thing. Since Hatha is not mentioned explicitly in the mind process, can we regard this Hatha is part of each and every component of this mind process?
Yes, every mind associated with the Jeta, associated with the Phassa, that is why every Jeta also so in the Bhavenga also Phassa, Avajana also Phassa, Jaku also Phassa, in this can be understood.
Oh yes, thank you. So that is the reason there is no special mention of Hatha in this standard mind process. So maybe not only Patha, that seventh universal.
So that is why based on the type of Jeta, they are associated as different in the Genesis chapter. So for example, Bhavenga Jeta is associated with the maybe 12 Jeta or 20 Jeta, or maybe Avajana is different, maybe 12 Jeta, 12 Jetasika. So based on the different type of Jeta, they are associated Jetasika. Number of Jetasika is a little bit different.
Thank you, Bante.
Okay. And then any question?
Hi, Sadal. So I would like to ask, I think a phrase from the Tika there, like the Mano Dwarasa Adhipetata. Maybe on top, Sadal. Yeah, that one. explaining mano dwara sa adhipetatta. So like I don't understand why it's using genitive here for the mano dwara sa shadow.
That is actually so. Maybe that is based on the usage of this ditta suffix. So okay. This ditta suffix is abstract suffix. So to the adjective word, by adding the, you know, that we form the abstract noun. So abstract noun, okay, that point. So after that, by adding the R suffix, also R, ability case singular sign R. So for reason. So actually in this phrase, so simply, you know, manodwarasa adhipi dada as a simple sentence can be understood in this way. So manodwara adhipi dan and the dasama. So in this way. So this adhipi is adjective, but joining with the dada, that is why its subject or maybe its object become with the genitive agent. Grammatically, that is a manodwarasa in this way. Actually, manodwara, the meaning of that phrase is manodwara adhipi dan dasama.
Yes, Shadow. So yeah, that's the point that like I think like why it's not like nominative for the manodwara. So it means like it's because the tata suffix. Then like does it mean like tata suffix always followed by genitive, Shadow?
Right.
Okay. So like it's the rule, Shadow.
So that is, you know, in English like the state. So state of something, of something. So that genitive is of something.
Okay. And then Shadow, about the Vimutasminti, like the knowledge there, Shadow, Vimut,
Okay.
yeah, Vimutamiti nyanang hoti. So in here, like the knowledge of the liberation, like it applies to all four kinds of liberation, Shadow, from Sotapanna up to Arahat.
Right. So actually, Sotapanna, so the mind of the Sotapanna partly liberated from those asava, not completely. For example, you know, Kama Sawa, Loba. Level of Loba is so Kama Sawa, Bhawasawa, Data Sawa, Bhawasawa. So but Sotapanna, so the mind of Sotapanna is not liberated from the Bhawasawa yet. Bhawasawa also actually Loba. So in this way, that is why, you know, based on the type, the noble one, Sotapanna, Sagarami, Anagami, and the Arhata, only Arhata mind, so completely liberated from the all defilements.
Okay, so it means like for each of the noble person, they can know their attainment, like that.
Right.
Because I think sometimes there is the idea that only the Arhat knows when his mind is liberated, like, and the rest, the Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, they don't know whether they have attained or not. So that means that is the wrong idea, like that.
Okay, that one is, we don't need to check the background information. So we mode that referring to the Arahant or maybe partly.
Yes, and maybe like from this sentence, someone can still argue, maybe this is only referring to the Arahant, like that.
Yeah. Actually, based on the content also, we mode that. So we mode that is free, take the emancipated part. Emancipated in both way. and the so anubada vimoda, free from without, so any further clinging to the word. Okay, so actually vimoda, so maybe, so that is because of this word, not just because of vimoda. So at the end of one, we see this word. What is it? Here you see. So anubadaya. So anubadaya asavihi chaitanya vimochain suti. So maybe that one is referring to the arahant, and all of them are become the arahant. So yeah,
Okay.
that idea is right, because so when the listener become the sodabana, maybe sodabadi palated or sodabadi palam babu ni, or in this way, we see, to my knowledge, I remember that. Maybe that people that referring to the arahant, I think.
Yeah, I think there is always some exception, because I've read a story about the prince and later King Mahana, the of Lord Buddha. He said, "You told me I am Arya, but my mind is quite full of this refinement still. So please explain me." And Lord Buddha said, "You are indeed what the
Sotapanna.
no. Lord Buddha said, Takadakan, kind of. So, a kind of an exception. They might not know their level.
Yeah, maybe they don't know their level exactly, but they feel something. They feel something because of that. Here, in the Dhammacakka Bauddha Sutta also we find, another Lakkhana Sutta also we find, Dipa Janati, understand that or something. But here, Nabara Itataya, so all of the function of those mega and the function of the mega, function of the sitya, so Doka sitya, Sura sitya, mega sitya, and Niroda sitya already completed. So yeah, because of that also, this Vimoda referring to the right hand, that is maybe they understand they themselves. So the banner label, so the banner label, okay. In the, so let's check in the Dhammacakka Bauddha Sutta how the Venerable it proclaimed or declared that. That one also, that prayer also included. So under the Dhammacakka Bauddha Sutta. Udane si Yamadeva Bomadeva Jatumarajipa. So Bhavadidija Bomadeva Karana Same Udanyasa Widajan Widamana Dhammacakka Udabadi Yankenji Samurya Dhaman Sabanda Niroda Dhamandi. So Adamana Benjawagya Peku Pawada Pasita Binandoti. So Akupame Wimodi Aya Mandima. But that is the speech of the Blessed One. But so one day Nyasa Widajan Widamalan Damajako Uda Padi. So Yangenji Samudya Daman Sabanda Niroda Damandi. Only that point he understand. But so he become the Sodabana or Sagaram, so he could not understand he himself yet. Okay, right. So only when he completely, liberated from all defilements, so maybe he can understand. So Bhajanadi, maybe.
Like Shadow, maybe like has the commentary ever said about this, Shadow? Like maybe in any commentary about the whether Sotapanna and the rest before Aram know their attainment, Shadow.
Okay, so about that one in the so Katan Usidam Brahmachariya Katan Karaniya Chadususi do you make a hit? So Brinya Sola Sakich Vinabra Itatayati. That's in the commentary. Yanko Brahmana. So which which was so Wimodas me will not meet the Nyana Hodi Imina. So Bichawna Nyana that's it. Oh, so that's a me a one jado passado. So we mochile Imina Palakin. That's it. Mega Kane, Jada, Wimojati, Palakane, Wimodan de Hoti, Wimodas me, Wimoda made the Nyana, Imina, Bijawakana Nyana, and that's it, Kina Jadi. So actually, because of that Kina Jadi also, we can understand that one referring to the, only the arahant can be understood. So, not Dawasiwa Adida Jadi Kina. Adikina Bobewa Kinada na anagana. So Wijamanada bada Mekasa Apa with the Opiche, yeah. So Mekasa Ba with the Mega Bawana Behina Kilesi, Vijawakedo Kilesa Ba Wijamane. So Gamma Aede Abdis and the Hodidi Janando Abinya saying. Yeah, in this phrase, actually, we mode that exactly referring to the arahant, only the arahant. So
Okay.
because this phrase also not only that word, so commonly goes together with the here you see kina jadi. That is very clear to us, right? But Soda Bana will be born next 7 life or something. Sagadagami, even Anagami also. So these phrases are mostly together Kina Jadi, Uzi Dan Brahmajari, and the Kadangaraniya, Nabara Itataya, and the Idi Bajanadi. So in that phrase, and Wimudasme Wudamidi Nyana Hoti. So these phrases are, goes together all the time. So that one only when he become the arahant, so maybe he understand himself completely, or maybe so in this way can be understood, I think.
Okay, Sayadaw. Thank you, Sayadaw.
Okay. Okay, so now 1.5 hours already, so let me stop here by saying sadhu, 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 sadhu.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you very much, Sayadaw.
Welcome.
Thank you,
Bante.
Bante.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Sukyoto.
Thank you very much, Bante. Good night, Suki Hotu.
Bye, Suki Hotu.